What's up guys, welcome to episode 5 of the Road to Vegan Shredded. In this episode I'm going to dive into the final stages of the grind, peak week and the big day itself, the photo shoot, where I am in undoubtedly the best shape of my life on a vegan diet. Let's dive in. Cool, so 2 weeks out today, maybe about 4 or 5 days ago, felt something weird in my shoulder, couldn't really tell what it was, but woke up after our body session, both my delts were feeling a bit sore, feeling a bit tired, just thought it was DOMS. Then looking back at my logbook, I noticed there was a week, maybe last week, maybe week 4, where I suddenly, because I'm doing one-arm floor presses, I dropped 2 reps on my left side. There was no pain, but I didn't think anything of it until today, on the way to see Rushav, and I was thinking, what caused this thing? And yeah, apparently it's telltale signs. So anyway, 2 weeks out today, shoulder's not in a good place, can't press. As you can imagine, being in the grind, mind games are kicking in, and this is not where you want to be 2 weeks out. So over to Rushav, what's going on?
Already, I think from when he came in to assess that, the shoulder is definitely one of those things when you start noticing like a 2 or 3 rep difference between the left and the right shoulder. It's a telltale sign to me that something's going wrong with the shoulder, and predominantly tendons are probably where it's at. And what we've presented with, do some tests and stuff in the room and on the gym floor, you can see he just can't create any force production, and his biggest problem is you just can't press.
Yeah.
So again, take all of that away. The problem is that when he can't press for long enough, and 2 weeks out, mentally he's almost thinking, this is going to affect me, this is going to affect me, this is going to affect me. So he's gone away from feeling confident in his shoot, and now he's constantly thinking about his shoulder. This is not where you should be mentally as well. So we've come in, we've done assessments, we've kind of used our active force to test out the difference, and on here we've been able to see that it's nearly a 50% difference in terms of how much force production is going on. And we found out things that he can do to kind of maintain the shoulder, to be able to kind of keep going, but we're going to move away from like sort of chest press, for example. We're going to try and keep things very, very simple. Will it affect mass, his muscle size? Unlikely, because he's at this stage, but I think to maintain it, he has to play the volume game. So it's all about maintaining that volume and creating a difference in that shoulder without essentially pissing the shoulder off.
So we're going to do a lot of isometric work, right?
A lot of isometric work, a lot of sort of engaging that muscle, that tendon specifically. I suspect there's a small tear in his tendon, but again, what's the management going to be like? I can get him injected tomorrow if I wanted to. Do I want to do that? Probably not. And also 2 weeks down the line, I could probably sort of take him on after his shoot and sort of make sure that the shoulder is in a good state after the shoot.
The good news is I can still do push-ups.
Yeah.
So I'm still doing weighted push-ups.
That's it. And
that mentally is keeping me good.
Absolutely. It's finding your anchors, right? Like you keep talking about anchors and finding, on this road in the grind phase, like I've been there, and I know that if you've got an injury, you're just so much more in a negative frame of mind, and it's finding anchors that are going to sort of shift you and shift that trajectory for you.
Yeah.
But going forward, I reckon 2 weeks will fly like this, and the shoulder will maintain itself. You'll still see him shredded.
Bottom line, a slight tear in the supra.
Yeah, supraspinatus.
Slight tear in the supraspinatus, but you're not letting this get in the way of the road to being shredded. So stay tuned. Final session of the grind, or final leg session of the grind. And the Friday deadlift party, or the leg day, the brutal leg day, the one that you saw in episode 2 of The Void, normally accompanied by Sham, along with a stunning training partner. Something came up at work and he couldn't make it, so halfway through the session I had to call in the backup forces, and halfway through Luca arrived. Shani arrived to save the day, a bit of moral support. She didn't train, just stood there and just helped me rack the weights, helped me push on. But it was one of the hardest sessions I've done. And strength was down, lost a few reps, but it is what it is. Final session, flat as hell. And yeah, going into the final heat now. How was that session?
Really good.
Wow, it is what it is, let's go. 8 days out. Check this smile out. I see more and more creases in my face. This is next level extreme that I know most of you watching probably thinking, dude, this guy's taking it to another level in terms of like body fat, body composition. And honestly, I have. Like I've gone way beyond I'd ever recommend other people going to. This isn't probably in a state where it's necessarily healthy. I'm just pushing hard. I'm pushing to an extreme really to see what I can do. I think physical challenge is the best way to develop mental strength and to grow personally. You learn so much about yourself when your body is giving up on you, but your mind keeps pushing you. And that's what this is all about for me. And being able to do this without meat, fish and dairy and keeping all muscle mass, dropping body fat, getting shredded is breaking beliefs for me and showing me more of what I'm capable of from a potential perspective. So 8 days out, hit a new low tier of 69.6. I'm excited to push on now.
Touch your face? Like just, you know?
Big win. Final cardio session of this prep, done and dusted. The trusted stepper has kicked my ass for 3 months. Unplugged, alone with my thoughts. Looking at nothing, put a towel on top of the reader just so I don't have to see a timer. One of the hardest things I do each week, and I can't lie, I don't like it. I hate the stepper, but there's something also beautiful about it, something also very peaceful about it, and something about doing something you don't enjoy or you know is going to be very difficult a couple times a week. It means physical challenge every single day. In order to overcome, build that character, build that self-esteem, build that confidence, build that, it's personal growth ultimately. But today's stepper, final session, every single step, felt like I was moving from mud. Legs are feeling like lead, heavy. I said to my wife this morning, it hurts to even move, but it's what it is. You don't need to do this to get beachy, you don't need to do this to get photo shooting. If you want to get absolutely shredded and take it to extreme, you've got to take yourself to places where it ain't going to be comfortable and it's going to be extreme, so it's what it is. 1 week out, here we go. Time to reload, recharge, get ready for peak week. Okay, I'm here with Lisbeth and we're going to do a patch test. I've never been waxed before, I've always used clippers in the past. So Lisbeth here is going to do a patch test. Lisbeth?
Hi.
What's the
He's
game?
afraid to get touched, okay?
Let's see what happens. Okay, so Elizabeth's gonna patch test me on the chest, I believe. The chest, yeah?
Yes.
Alright, here we go.
You okay?
I've never been waxed. Ooh, it's nice and hot. Is it hot wax then?
Yes.
It's hot wax, okay. Apparently hot wax is better than strip wax, yeah?
Both is fine. I just don't recommend you use a hot wax for, chest or intimate area or face. But if you're using the arms, legs, that's absolutely fine.
Learning new things.
This is straight wax.
Oh, you're gonna do both?
Yes. Okay.
Was that it?
Yes.
Oh, alright.
Yeah. Good.
Don't know what the fuss is about. Apparently it's going to be painful, but that wasn't too bad.
You see? You got that.
Yeah, not too bad. Not
Not
too
just
bad.
one,
Not too
yeah.
bad at all. We're here on the big loading day. Got 800 grams of carbs going in today. Just picking up a couple of boxes of Choco Snaps. Turns out Cocoa Pops aren't vegan, so I've had to return the Cocoa Pops and bringing in Choco Snaps. Got a couple of packs of snacky packs at home, but yeah, super excited for the 800 grams today. Yeah, here we go. Just so you know, the number 1 rule of peak week is to be in shape. The number 2 rule of second rule of peak week is to be in shape. Third rule is to keep it super simple. No water, no diuretic manipulation, no salt manipulation. Keep it all super simple. And the 4th rule is to relax, let your body soak up the extra fuel and get yourself looking at your absolute best come shoot day. So much choice when you've barely eaten any carbs and barely eaten any calories for so many weeks on end. It's like, what do you do? What do you choose? The good news is I've got a filter. It has to be vegan, it has to be low fat, and it has to be high carb. So that does limit some of the choices. Like I would normally go for the dark chocolate Belgian rice cakes, but it is what it is. Yeah, time to load up. Okay, so I'm halfway through the wax, all going well so far, and I'm actually carb loading during the wax. So looking forward to seeing the final product. So far, it's been an interesting experience. So the final day of prep, it's the morning of the shoot, and the morning of, I've just broken the scale again by letting the coffee overflow, and yeah, my wife's not going to be happy about this. She's asleep now, and I've probably gone through about 10 of these in the last year, so she's not going to be happy. So I'm going to have to guesstimate what we're going to have today. Luckily, I've had this meal so many times, I should know roughly what it looks like. But we're going to basically have 80 grams of sourdough, 50 grams of avocado, and 150 grams of tofu. The aim of the game today is just have a normal meal. The reason I'm up early, so I've had to use an alarm today for the first time in ages. The reason I'm up early is because the shoot's at 9 a.m. and I want to have about 2.5 to 3 hours before the shoot in order to make sure I've got enough nutrients to look full, to look vascular, and bring my best in a couple hours. So yeah, breakfast time. Cool, so we're gonna get ready to start carbing up for the shoot, start warming up. So I've got some highly brine cyclic dextrin here, just super easy digestible carbs that I can sip on whilst I'm warming up to get the carbs into the muscle. Also gonna add a bit of salt, which will help with the pump. And then I've also got some aminos and creatine in there just make it a complete package. But yeah, getting ready to carb up. I'll start sipping on this slowly, but not excessively, just because you don't want to be full of too much volume. But yeah, here we go. So with the carbs, it's important you don't chug it down, because that might sort of give you some blow-in or just fill you up in the stomach, where you want to feel nice and light, nice and tight during a shoot. So I'm just going to be sipping on this while I'm warming up, get the carbs filled into the muscle, and get things popping. It's extremely sweet.
Flavor is it?
No flavor. No flavor. No, I got some flavor from the amino acids, so it's not. I'm not just drinking literally sugar. With the warm up, just looking to just really squeeze the muscles, get everything really pumped up. I only focus on the upper body during warm up, because legs tend to look best when they haven't been sort of pumped. So gonna go through cable flies, pull downs. And what I'm doing now is some bicep curls, some push downs, that raises, and then we're good to go. So in between each round, I'll take a little sip of some carbs just to feed the muscles. But the aim here is not to exhaust myself, more just to get the heart rate up, get some blood in the muscles, and get my body ready and primed for the shoot.
Yeah.
start seeing yourself look better and better, but it's important to know when to stop because the shoot itself is actually very demanding. You're flexing your body in ways that you probably haven't done before for extended periods of time, and you're actually squeezing super hard too. You don't want to be burning yourself out in the warm-up. It's just about going through the motions, getting some blood going, and you know, seeing this coming out. Pretty cool seeing those feathers coming out, eh? Seen some of the pictures on the camera, and I've never seen myself like this. This is the best physique I've ever bought, the best condition I've ever bought, and in all honesty, it feels like when I first started training at 17 years old, skinny fat moves in 12 years later, I've got the physique I've always wanted. It's taken over 10 years to fill out this frame, but yeah, honestly, like, it's amazing.
Oh, it's amazing just seeing everything come into play. He looks very different to 2019 and I'm just so proud of him, and yeah, it's just amazing. So after the shoot, we will be heading back to the flat, just having a bit of lunch, and then we're gonna head into central London, go for some drinks to celebrate, and also head to a nice vegan restaurant. It's really good because we haven't been out to eat in a very long time, and so really excited to just spend the day together, have some good conversation, try something new, going to eat out for the first time at a vegan place. Yeah, it'll be really good. In the last few months, whilst Akash has been shredding, it's been fine from the beginning, I'd say. Everything was good, and then I'd say in the last 2 or 3 weeks when he was really getting down to the extreme, it's been quite challenging, but he's really let it not affect us. He's been doing his best to kind of keep it all in, and we talk about things very openly as well, so it's been challenging, but we have spoken about things and it's just helped us. And a key part of that is just me understanding really why he's doing this and accepting of what he's doing as well. He's been so resilient, relentless, and so disciplined with what he's doing, and it's inspired me on my own journey. So especially in the gym, I've been working out really hard. My sessions have been really good, and he's actually watched me as well and made a comment on how intense I've been going recently, so that's been great, along with the vegan diet as well. So he's fully vegan, and it's inspired me to go a bit more plant-based through watching what he's been doing. So I've done the easy kind of replacements of milk with oat milk and got rid of some of my dairy. The meat replacement is really easy as well, and it's been educational for me to know that I can get my protein intake through other ingredients outside of meat, because that was the key reason I think I ate meat. So yeah, it's been really inspirational, and it's helped me along my own fitness journey and health journey. And there's nothing but support. That's all you can do, and accept that it is what it is for the next few weeks, and talk about things. If you're feeling like things are getting too much, and if they were a bit challenging for me, I always spoke up and spoke to him around what it was, and this helped us with communication and also for his awareness around how I'm feeling, because he was really hot on my own emotions and what I'm actually going through alongside him, because it will impact others when people go to this extreme. So yeah.
So
just before peak week, I was looking for a place to find really good light in my flat to see where my glutes were at, because for me, anyone can get abs, anyone can get a beach body, but very, very few people can go to that point where they've got lines all over their ass, which is why I'm obsessed with having striated glutes. And when I saw that picture, which we'll put up here, when I saw that picture of my glutes, for me, that was it. Like, I was like over the moon. I found it at 10 p.m. at night after the hardest leg workout I'd done yet. I saw that, I went to sleep happy, and I was like, job done. This is what it's all about. And more than anything, every time I do something like this and I push myself way beyond into the extremes, for me, there's a weird sense of, I know I'm suffering, and I'm putting it all on myself. I know I'm creating a suffering in myself, but I love it. Like, I love that feeling of like, how much pain can I tolerate here? Because ultimately getting glutes that lean, it's all about pain tolerance. It's all about how far can you push your mind beyond your body. And I remember sitting in a coffee shop with my wife, and I was like just sort of tripping out in the final few days of the grind. And I said to her, as bad as I feel right now, I bloody love it. And for me, what I've learned more than anything is just I've learned and reconfirmed more than anything how much, for me, a friend of mine's called it soul food, is physical activity and physical challenge, and a sense of daily physical practice and pushing myself physically beyond I ever thought possible. And today has marked being in the shape of my life. I've beat all my previous conditions, 2014, 2017, 2019, and now 2022, best shape of my life. And what I love about it is I've done it in a new constraint, and it's been on a plant-based diet, a fully vegan diet. And having got into the shape of my life on a vegan diet, it's shattered beliefs, it's shattered myths, it's shattered all perceptions I had around what was possible on a vegan diet. And I know so many of you watching this thought was possible on a vegan diet, in that you don't need to get results. You don't need to have meat to get results. You don't need to have super high protein in order to get an amazing body transformation and get the body of your dreams. You can do it on a plant-based diet. You can do it on a vegan diet. And if there's anything people take away from this, is that I don't care if you go vegan or you go fully plant-based, but if you now have the confidence to continue a body transformation journey by eating a little bit less meat, by eating a little bit less fish, eating a little bit less dairy, a little bit less eggs, then I think that's an amazing thing, not only for yourself, but for the greater good of the world as well. So it's been an incredible journey. I'm amazed with the pictures I've taken today, because it symbolizes more than 10 years of hard work. Building a body is not a 3, 6, 12-month fix. You can't do it in that time. Building a body takes years. Building the body of a dream takes 5, 10 years. And for me, I started at 17 years old, skinny fat, boobs in a pot belly, and I lacked that confidence, lacked that self-esteem. And for me, the physical transformation has always been a vehicle and a foundation for everything else in my life. It's allowed me to accomplish everything I've done so far in my life. And what I've seen today is, for me, at the moment anyway, is the epitome of my physique. I look at it, it's balanced, it's filled out, it's where I always wanted it to be. And there's a big sense of pride in knowing that I've poured so much hard work into this over the years. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reflecting over the next few days, reflecting on what I've accomplished in the past couple of months. But it's been an incredible journey. Thanks for sharing this with me, and I look forward to sharing more of the journey as we continue through the year and the years to come.